Brands Hatch in midsummer. Probably the most picturesque of all Britain's motor racing circuits, the scene of famous triumphs in a past age. Jimmy Clark, Sir Jack Brabham and Emerson Fittipaldi had all won Grand Prix there. But Brands last staged a Grand Prix in 1986 when Nigel Mansell won for Williams. The year before, in his debut season for Williams, Nigel had won a Grand Prix for the first time, beating the likes of Senna, Piquet, Prost and Rosberg. Now, he was back. Briefly excused racing duties in the States, where he was defending his IndyCar title with Newman Haas, Williams had lined up a test session at Brands prior to the French Grand Prix at Magny-Cours. And everyone, it seemed, delighted at his return, especially the happy snappers.
As you're probably aware, the Newman Haas team has given the Williams team permission for me to compete this weekend. So I think comeback is quite a strong statement. We're just, if you like, being lent by the Newman Haas team, and you know, it's very exciting. I think it's good for the sport. It's good certainly for the fans, for television, and you know, I don't think many drivers have the opportunity to drive two series, the two largest series in the world simultaneously. So, you know, there's a lot of excitement there. I'll be the first to admit in the last 2 years there's been a lot of alterations with regulations, with cars. And, you know, I've literally, as soon as I leave here this morning, I've got the rest of the day just to get myself settled in the car and try and learn the car. And we're in a fantastic circuit here at Brands Hatch. Being here is very historic for me. I won my first race here. I won the last Grand Prix here before they lost the Grand Prix racing here. So I'm just looking forward to the day and the week now.
And the question of the moment, would IndyCar experience be of any value in Formula One?
I think IndyCar racing, what you've got to appreciate the last 2 years is I've driven a passive car. And so therefore, with the new regulation changes that there are in Formula One, hopefully there'll be a lot of similarities. But it remains to be seen, and I'm really looking forward to, nothing against you gentlemen, but leaving this room and getting in the car.
News of Nigel's arrival at Brands only a couple of days after competing on the west coast of the States at Portland spread rapidly. By the time Nigel was ready to step back into a Williams for the first time in almost 2 years, the crowd had grown to Premier League proportions. For a test session? So many Formula One fans had waited so long for just this. Years since anything like this had been seen at Brands Hatch. A momentous sight with a serious purpose, and it had its moments. After a season and a half of rolling starts, a little preparation necessary to get back into the old routine. On a perfect summer's day, the temperature climbed. The speed increased. And the Bush Telegraph worked overtime. The crowds poured in. And importantly, the times went down. Down towards 36 seconds by the end of the morning. A spectacular show, much appreciated by the thousands who'd skived off work for the day, just for a glimpse of the returning hero. Job done. Satisfaction guaranteed in the pit garage. With Williams designer Patrick Head and race engineer David Brown, Nigel caught the nostalgic mood.
It reminds me of Honda days. Yes.